Lynyrd Skynyrd, Neil Young, Stephen Curry. What could possibly connect those three things? You guys out there must be thinking, what on earth is Tokyo Butter 23 up to right now? Has he gone completely insane? Oh, I can't go insane because I already am a little bit insane. But everybody is a little bit insane if you ask me. So, but there is a link. There is something crazy going on in my mind that links Lynyrd Skynyrd, Neil Young, and Stephen Curry, especially because what we're doing today is we're looking at the Stephen Curry 7s coming out from the Under Armour line. And the thing that connects those three things together is LeBron James. That doesn't even make sense either. How could those four things get in bed together? But I'm going to explain where I'm getting to from this, what I'm thinking about, why I've got those four things in my head, because there is logic to this madness. And while we're doing that, we're going to take a look at the upcoming release of the Steph Curry 7s from the Under Armour line. This is the Tokyo Butter 23 Sneaker Channel. Tokyo Butter 23 Sneaker Channel days. Mainichi Upsuno day, Mainichi Meeting Design. Every single day from Tokyo, Japan, I bring you content about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news, and sneaker reviews. And right now I've got my eyebrow raised because I'm thinking, have I ever done an Under Armour for the channel? I really don't think I have. This might be the first Under Armour sneaker I've ever done for the channel. And we're talking more than 500 videos so far, a year and a half of daily content. Bang, 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 bang. And I haven't touched an Under Armour yet. We've done Asics. We've done Reebok, we've done Nike, we've done Jordan, we've done Yeezy, we've done Adidas. Been all over the shop, but we have not done Under Armour, I don't think. So this will be my first Under Armour, and it's the Steph Curry 7s that we're looking at, the Earn It. And to me, like I said, there's this weird tie-up between Lynyrd Skynyrd, Neil Young, Steph Curry and LeBron James. I nearly forgot his name there. LeBron James. I'm going to explain what that is right now by putting up a LeBron James sneaker right here. Maybe that gives you a hint that LeBron James 17 Low, which was like the Road to the Finals or something like that it was called. And I did look at that before for the channel. And it's that connection that I'm questioning. I don't know this for sure, but it's a great question to ask. And if one of you guys out there has the answer, it'd be really cool to get it, because I wonder what the connection is between these Steph Curry 7s and those LeBron 17s, because they look kind of similar. They follow a very similar pattern as far as their colouring goes and their colour blocking goes. And it reminded me of Lynyrd Skynyrd and Neil Young. And the thing with Lynyrd Skynyrd and Neil Young is Neil Young wrote one of his most famous songs called Southern Man off of the album after the gold rush, I think it was in the mid-70s, and Lynyrd Skynyrd then wrote Sweet Home Alabama in response to that. I don't know how many people know those two songs out there, or even those two artists. They're quite famous songs, Southern Man by Neil Young and Sweet Home Alabama. I mean, most people know Sweet Home Alabama, but it's actually a reply to Neil Young's song. Neil Young's song about Southern Man was quite negative and quite scathing of the Southern man in America, and then these Lynyrd Skynyrd guys got together and said, you know what, we need to offset that balance, we need to reset that balance with a more positive song. And they literally name Neil Young in their song. I think they say something like, Neil Young better know that a Southern man don't need him around, or something along those lines. And it's one of my favourite things. I think it's an amazing situation where you've got a singer writes a song, and then instead of, back in the 70s it would have been newspapers and magazines, but now it would be Twitter and Instagram. But instead of punching back through some other medium, what they said was, you know what, we're going to communicate with this guy through the same medium, through music. And two of the most famous songs of all time came out of it. Amazing. And I wonder if that's to tie up with these shoes, because what you've got is you've got those 17 lows from LeBron there, which are aimed at the finals. They're aimed at that run to the finals that they were planning for the Lakers to have this year, for LeBron to have this year. Obviously, with the coronavirus situation, that's not happening right now, and that explains why I'm shooting in this kind of odd situation. It might not look odd to you guys, because I'm pretty sure the green screen's holding up, but we're actually in my house right now. One of my dogs is sleeping right there, and my little girl's sleeping next door. So this is what I'm reduced to with coronavirus lockdowns, is trying to shoot from my front room while my girl's having a nap. But I don't know, where did I go with that? I just came out of the blue with that. But those 17s from the LeBron line, yeah, they were planning, they're not going to do it now because I don't think they're going to have an NBA playoffs, but they were planning for those 17s to be the signature shoe of that run to the finals. And then we come here to these Steph Curry 7s, which are called Earn It, I think, which again is, it's got the gold on there, it's got that sort of story of the run to the finals, which I guess that they were assuming that they were going to have, even though the Golden State Warriors haven't had the greatest year, and Steph Curry himself has been injured for a large part of it with a broken hand. But I wonder if it's a reply to LeBron's 17s. When did these two sneakers get designed? When did the Nike guys and the Under Armour guys design these sneakers? And were they designed in total isolation of each other? Or did the LeBron line from Nike come out with that race to the finals or road to the finals sneaker, and then in response Steph Curry and the Under Armour guys came out with this Earn It sneaker? Or are they totally not together? So that's my question to you guys out there. Maybe you know about the design process and where these guys came from, and the design elements of it, and how they created it, and whether or not it's like that Neil Young and then Leonard Skinner thing, one after the other, or whether or not these sneakers are actually totally not connected and there's no sort of race, if you like, between the two sneakers. But what we are going to do is we're going to take a deeper look at that Earn It from the Under Armour line. Like I said, the first time I've looked at these guys, and the very first thing I thought when I saw them was transparent icy blue outsole. Love it. Think it looks great. But it seems to be happening a lot these days. In the last month or so, I've reviewed at least 3 sneakers that have had that. I mean, of course, the DMP 6s, because, well, you know, they're 6s. But then you had the Dior 1s, the Air Jordan 1 highs, with the Dior and that translucent icy blue outsole. But also last week I reviewed, in fact, it wasn't last week, it was earlier this week, I reviewed the Westbrook 0.3s in that there were 2 colours. There was the Splash, Zoom Splash or something like that, and black cement. There's a black cement I focused on, but both of them icy blue outsoles, transparent icy blue outsoles again. And then here we are with this Curry 7, this Under Armour Curry 7, and I'm, you know, I like it, I love it, I think it looks really, really cool, but you know, a bit too much of a good thing and all that. So, but it still looks cool. Maybe they'll sort of, you know, stop bringing out so many sneakers with that icy blue outsole, and we'll get back to kind of regular outsoles sometime soon. I'm not complaining about it yet, but if it becomes a pattern and it keeps on going, it might be something I'm like, you know what, doesn't really fit my eye that much. But staying on that outsole, there is something interesting on the back there, and I'm going to call it a cleft, which is a great word, cleft. And I'll be zoomed in on it on the green screen back here, and you can see at the back end of that outsole, you've got that sort of wedge cut out of it. And from one angle, it looks really kind of like really deep into the midsole in one angle. But then when you look at this angle here, you can see it's actually not that deep into the midsole section there. It's more just a groove than an actual sort of wedge right into there. But it's an interesting feature on the back of these guys. But then when we get up to it, my favorite thing about this, and this is the reason why I chose to look at this shoe today, was actually because of what's going on in the midfoot and the midsole. And I'm going to start up on the midfoot there because the materials on there are kind of a roughed up kind of fabric on there, and they're in multiple different places as well. I think I counted 3 different places, 1 gold and 2 black, or 2 gold and 1 black, I can't remember. Doesn't matter because you can look at it behind me right here, and you can see those materials in that sort of roughed up sort of effect all around that midfoot area on there. And what they've done is they've got that effect through the materials. And the thing that I really dig about it is if you go down into the midsole itself is made of 1 material, but they've gone with that speckled effect in the 2 colors to sort of repeat that effect of the materials above. So hopefully what you can see behind me here is a section of the shoe with the midfoot and that midsole below it, and you get that effect between the upper materials and that roughed up sort of design. And then when you get into that midfoot, midsole down below, you can see the speckled effect on there. That to me is really, really cool. I think that's a really nice feature of this sneaker, and it's clever from whoever designed these to use materials in one place to get the effect, and then to use color in the other place to get the effect. And it works in both with the 2 side by side, and I think it's really, really cool. Moving back from that, on the lateral side of the sneakers, you get towards the heel section, the heel cup, heel counter area for that support on these sneakers. You can see that SC for the Steph Curry branding in there. And then if we sort of pan out from the whole sneaker and take a look at the whole thing, you can see it's an absolutely fire balanced sneaker. And like I said, you know, right now I'm not complaining about those icy blue outsoles, and you can see why when you look at the whole sneaker, because it does actually work. But you know, if it becomes a bit too much of a pattern in the sneaker industry, it might be something that we get a bit tired of. The last thing I want to do is to go around to the back of these guys, because when I looked at the back of the pull tab on the back, I was like, you know, that's interesting. There's some figures on there, and I thought, you know, I can't be bothered researching that. But then I thought, you know, come on, I actually have to. So I checked into it, and it turns out that those 3 little faces on there are animals, and I can't remember what they are. I know one's like a wolf, one's a butterfly, and the other one, I can't remember what it is, but they represent Steph Curry's 3 kids. And I think that's really cool that he's put that into the sneaker and brought a personal element to it. So it sort of finishes off a really nice sneaker. Interesting story, interesting design. It'll be interesting to see if there is that kind of competition between these guys and the LeBrons, or if they just happen to coincide and they were thinking in the same ways. Because sneakers probably are on the design table for months, if not even years. And maybe at the start of this year, that's when Under Armour thought, you know, let's get a shoe ready for a run to the finals. Then Steph gets injured and the Golden State Warriors miss out on the playoffs completely, I think, having been at the finals for the last 5 years. So so it didn't work out for them. So maybe the 2 sneakers aren't connected at all, or maybe there's that Leonard Skinner, Neil Young sort of tie-up going on there. I don't know. Either way, happy to bring you a very cool sneaker and to start a discussion with you guys about the design process that got these guys into stores, coming to you on the 24th of April. For now, though, time for me to sign off. Thank you guys for checking out my content, but I do this every day, even in this lockdown scenario, even in this coronavirus situation. I'm still churning out that daily content as best I can. Haven't missed a day yet. Fingers crossed I won't miss a day anytime soon. But because of that, because you know that I'm doing this every single day, that means that you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.